With us, we have Israfil Khosru. Assalamu alaikum. I am Priyam from Centris Nation. I have a question for you if you have time to answer.
Okay, most definitely.
What are the 3 steps that BNP is excited about, that you are excited about, that you will execute if BNP comes to power, that will benefit foreign investment increase and overall ease the process of investment in Bangladesh?
I think the topic is so broad, so it's very difficult to basically quantify within 3 steps. But if I have to quantify within 3 steps, one thing is thinking about a framework, a streamlined regulatory framework, because where you have one-stop service, where investors come and get all the services from one desk, and then they don't have to basically run around tables. You kill down, you minimize red tapeism and make their experience much more smoother, and they have a seamless experience in Bangladesh. I think that's one of the key. So I think that's one thing we have talked about. Another thing we're talking about is creating a plug-and-play environment where business investors or business who comes to Bangladesh have an environment which is immediately ready for them, be it in terms of infrastructure, in legislature, whatever it is. It's a ready environment. So create a plug-and-play environment. And third, I think, which is very important, which we have talked about FDI captains, which is basically assigning individuals to companies or investors coming in who will basically move with their requirements and give them assistance, round the clock, which is very important as well. So creating a plug-and-play environment, streamlined regulatory framework, and then the third one would be most definitely, I think, we have talked about it extensively, but I think one of the things is catering to the investors' needs in a very customized manner as well. And another very important part is having a very time-bound experience, right? So everything has to be within a time bound, and then investors have everything done within a particular time period. So not an open-ended situation.
These are some drastic changes that you're planning to bring in our system and our administration that has been working in a very specific way, which is not very fast and not very systematic for a very long time. So how do you think that you are going to bring about these changes so fast, if that's what you're planning?
I think it's political will. We have policies. We've already had policies in Bangladesh and laws, but which implementation has been the issue, right? So I think one of the biggest things had to have that political will, which we are showing through the policies we are talking about and everything else. And also you have to make some hard decisions, right? It's also not just policies and, it's also political will and also conditioning yourself, and once investors come to Bangladesh, they're coming in with, a lot of expectations. And once the expectations are not met, if you have bad experiences, that filters through, in different ways. So that creates low investor confidence. So first thing is, from the moment they step down to Bangladesh, they must have a positive experience. So we have to create basically an ecosystem, right, for the investors, where they walk in and they realize, no, this is the environment we want to be a part of, right? So creating this environment is, I think, one of the key factors. So I think one thing is political will, and another thing is also we have to learn to think differently, and we have to basically there's a lot of mental conditioning, be it within ourselves, be it within the bureaucracy, and eventually you have to go for a streamlined structure where bureaucracy will have minimal role, and investors can come in and just think about how to commence their business very smoothly and seamlessly. So it's all about giving them a seamless experience.
Would you like to share any other plans you have regarding BIDA?
Well, one of the big plans we have proposed in our paper is that we want to make BIDA a legally binding agency, which means whatever BIDA approves have to also be accepted all throughout other agencies. So once investors go through BIDA procedures, they don't have to run around other agencies. And there's instances where BIDA has given approval and they've gone to other agencies like customs or VAT, tax, whatever other agencies are, and there's some sort of lack of cohesiveness, right? So once you make BIDA a legally binding agency, whatever BIDA says is accepted all throughout the agencies, other government bodies. So it don't have to, that reduces the number of tables you have to run into, and reduce the number of bureaucracy as well.
That's a great plan to smoothen out the process. Have you identified any hurdles that the startups of Bangladesh face when it comes to creating an impact? And do you have any strategy that centers around aiding and uplifting the startups of Bangladesh?
Well, there's quite a few, and we've talked about it extensively in our investment document, which we have presented to a lot of investors here. I think one of the key factors is repatriation of fund, because investors want a smooth repatriation of their fund within a period of time. So be it startups or any other business. So that qualifies for startups, for manufacturers who are coming in, everything else as well, every other other types of investors as well. So I think that's one of the things we're talking about. Another thing is, you have to, the government has to play the role of a facilitator. They cannot be over-regulator, right? So currently we have a tendency to over-regulate. So eventually BNP is talking about a government that will facilitate trade, all kinds of trade. So that will also benefit the startup business as well, because startups have very special requirements. And once you facilitate in different layers, everybody benefits.
Thank you so much for your time.